Hi, welcome to this week's how-to guide. I'm doing another video because it seems that it's a popular way for me to deliver the how-to guides, less for you to read, and hopefully you can listen while you're doing something else useful. So this week we're going to talk about Twitter. So Twitter is often described to me by small businesses as the one that they don't like, or the one that's confusing, or the one they don't really understand, the one that's difficult. And funnily enough, it was the platform that I loved best and the one that I have most used. Although I have to say, in the last 12 months, it's been much more of a challenge because it's become quite a grumpy place in some quarters. However, there is still much to be gained from a small business being on Twitter. You will learn a lot, you will find out a lot, and it can really help your business. There are several statistics about Twitter that you should understand. First of all, people use Twitter for news. So they use Twitter to find new stuff out, and therefore they expect to click through to a website, to a blog, to a video on YouTube, to more information, to sign up to something. So your click-through rate and your customer journey should be good on Twitter. The second thing to remember about Twitter is that this is where journalists hang out to deliver that news. So if you are looking to hook up with connected types of businesses, journalists, freelancers, bloggers, or people who might be interested in what you're doing, then Twitter is definitely the place you need to be. So today we're going to just talk about a few top tips to make your Twitter work for your business, because it's important that you kind of make sure you are doing the very best you can, because if you are in any way a little bit vague on Twitter, you will quickly get lost. Because you're right, it is a busy, frantic, sometimes bad-tempered place to be, but it's certainly in the small business world not bad-tempered at all, and you'll find it very supportive. So the first thing, or the first top tip we're going to talk about, is optimizing your bio. So you can see here that I am on the Simply Great Britain Twitter account, and I'm going to head over here to the bio by clicking here, and this is what our bio looks like: small business, big love. And it's important that you optimize this, because this is where people are going to find you. So here you've got a logo. Make sure that it is a logo and not an image of you or an image of your product, because that will be way too small in people's news feeds. So you can see here how small these little circles are when you see things in news feeds. So you really need to have logos in order that it jumps out. You can see here from Energy Ball Recipes that jumps out, and that would be easily recognizable across Twitter. And then you need to look at your bio itself. So if we edit profile over here, you get the chance here to edit your profile photo, which is this logo, and your header photograph. Make sure that your username, this is the @SimplyBritain underneath, matches all your other social media platforms and your business name. But if you're not able to get exactly what you want, which I wasn't, so I wasn't able to get @Simply Great Britain, so I've got @Simply Britain, but my name here is Simply Great Britain, so there is absolutely no confusion about what the business is or what it's connected to. So if you haven't got your perfect username, make sure that it's as close as possible and that your name here is, or clarifies exactly what your business is. And you can change this at any time. Then make sure here that you have a real call to action in your bio. Don't describe the stuff that you do, but describe the experiences your customers will have. So it's really important. I haven't said we are a small business network that provides business support and marketing support, because that all sounds a little bit dry. What I've really done is get to the very essence of what we do, which is about small business, big love. We connect small and independent micro businesses with their dream customers. That is what we do. And then I'm giving them a call to action. Feel celebrated, supporting, connected, join us, because that's what I want my Twitter account to ultimately do, is get people to join what we do. You don't need to add your birthday, obviously. So once you're happy with that, it's really important that Your bio sells or tells people about the experiences you deliver, not the stuff. It's so much more important to talk about experience over stuff. So I'm going to save those changes, not that I made any. Okay, the second thing that I want you to do, or which will really help you kind of demystify Twitter, is to use the search option. Using search and advanced search on Twitter is really helpful because it helps you understand who is talking about the same stuff as you want to talk about on Twitter, who is interested in the same stuff, what types of people are talking about those things, and where are those things being talked about. So, for example, I might like to search small business. And immediately I've put small business in because that's what my business will be interested in. And I might like to think, okay, do I want to talk about small business owner or small business UK? Let's start with small business UK. Twitter will give you some options here based on what other people have searched for. So that will really help you. So I'm going to click here, Small Business UK. So immediately it gives me some key people that are talking about small business finance, and you've got the Small Business Commission. So those are a couple of people that they're interested, or they think that I ought to, I might be interested in, and they are presenting lots of different information in different ways. So those are people. When they say people, they mean accounts. These are some latest tweets that are mentioning small business. And over on the left-hand side at the top here, you can also check what the latest tweets are using small business. So you can see IW Capital here is talking about small business, Drive By Media Limited, so that might give me some latest information. It gives me people that are talking about small business. So again, this way you could make sure you could start to build your following by following other people first. And you might, Small Business UK is something I haven't followed, so I'll follow them because that looks kind of interesting. I'm following obviously Small Business Saturday. Again, I might want to follow some of these others, Small Business UK, and all these businesses have got Small Business UK in their name, but all their usernames are different, if you can see here. So that's why Twitter is presenting them as an answer to me. It will also let me search images that use or are tagged in as small business. So here, because I've used small business here, then I've got that's one of our tweets over there. So it gives you the opportunity to look at images that have that related, videos and news. So you can search for small business in different ways, but you can also search, or you can refine that search further. So you might like to say, I want to see who of the people I follow already are talking about small business. I might like to look at people who are searching or using those search terms, or people who've got small business in their Twitter posts who are near me or anywhere. I might like to specify a language, for example, or I can do a quality filter, which is basically they are making sure that they are genuine small business tweets and they're not just kind of those spammy tweets that you sometimes see. And then you can also click advanced search, so you could start to search words and phrases. Rather than Small Business UK, you could put in small independent business, for example. All of those words written in all languages, and I could add a location, for example. So if any of you who've got a particular business and you want to know who's talking about handmade ceramics near Staffordshire, or who is talking about hand printed cloths near London, then you can add those advanced searches in. Using this search will really help you understand who's talking about it and help you find your tribe. There are millions and millions of Twitter users. You don't need to worry about all of them, those million Twitter users. You need to find people that are talking about the same things as you want to talk about. So use the search to do that. go ahead and follow these people. Hopefully some of them will follow you back, and you can start to find about when they talk, what they're talking about, what they're interested in, and it helps you gain news as well as share news. And then finally, it's important to make sure that you construct, excuse the dog in the background, construct a really great tweet. So a great tweet, it needs to be constructed properly so that it reads well in other people's news feeds. The thing to start with is, so the perfect way to construct or compose a new tweet is by having a clear call to action to start. So you need to have a punchline, if you like. You've got 140 characters to use. So you need to say exactly what you are, or say exactly what the tweet is about, as opposed to any kind of preamble that you might add to Instagram or Facebook. So let's say something about this webinar or this little piece of how-to guide. So here I could write, in our how-to guide this week, we talk about top tips for making the most of Twitter in small business. She said, typing this hugely badly. Okay, so immediately I'm saying exactly what this tweet is about. This is what we do. In our how-to guide this week, we talk about top tips. So I'm telling people that exactly that this is what we've talked about in our how-to guide. But I also need to say this is exclusive to members. So this week's how-to guide is exclusive to Simply members. So what might I want to, I can't send them to the how-to guide because it's exclusive. But what I do want is I want new members. So the next most important part of your tweet is you've told them about what the tweet is about, is to add a link. So you don't have to add the HTTP, you can just add your URL. I'm going to add the URL join us, because what I'm saying is if you join us, you will get these exclusive how-to guides. So I'm going to add that. So you need to add that link first, and then you can add an image. So I might like to add an image about joining us. So I have some join us images here. So join us, so that always have an image in your tweets, and make sure as well that the most important part of the image is in the middle there, because in the news feed it will only show the middle third, if you like, of that image. And then if you want to add hashtags, again, using hashtags, and if you want to search hashtags in the search as we did before, this will allow you to use the best hashtags. I'm going to use the one that I use a lot, which is small business big love. But I also want to use hashtag join us, because that is what this tweet is about. It's about joining us and getting access to the how-to guide. So there you have constructed the perfect tweet. You've got the text at the top saying exactly what the tweet is about. You've then added your URL. Make sure you are sending people to somewhere specific and explicit to this tweet. And then I'm adding hashtags to further anchor down exactly what this tweet is all about. And I could add Small Business UK in as well, given that that is what we were just searching. Okay, so I'm now ready to tweet. Before I go ahead, if you have images of a person in this tweet, like it was you or a colleague or a customer, then by all means tag that business in. So that's where you can add who's in this photo and you can tag in there. So that really gives people an idea of who you're connecting up with, and it helps them understand who your connections are on Twitter, which is after all what people are interested in. Equally, if you want to add a location, so if you are tweeting from your shop or your place, then adding the location will help people come and find you once they have read and got interested in your tweet. And then I can simply add my tweet. Okay, so there's some top tips for making the most of your Twitter account and making it work for your business. Optimize your bio, make sure that you have a recognizable logo, make sure that you are using search to discover who your tribe is, where they are, what hashtags to use, and who best to follow. And then finally, make sure you construct the perfect tweet every time. It's got to have an image, it's got to have a link, and it's got to have a hashtag to help people understand. I hope that was useful. Have a great day and speak to you again soon. Bye.